Hello guys, so the physio, hope having a wonderful day. If not, sit back, relax and enjoy the video. Now today guys, we have another spin-off video which I've been meaning to do for a while now, but today I'll be going over 3 cards I think we should get in the next level cap increase for 5D'S world in Duel Links. Now I personally thought we were going to get a level cap increase when Sherry came to the game, but we didn't, and I feel like it's been way overdue to happen for 5D'S world. So I've put together a list of cards I think we should get for the final level 45 rewards for every character in 5D'S, and yeah, I don't know how I'm going to edit this video, I'll be 100% honest, so if the reasons for each card seem just a bit too brief and simple, then I'm sorry, I don't know what else to say. I want to keep this video as short as I possibly can, otherwise we'll be here for a long time with me trying to explain why I want certain cards. But anyway, regardless, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button below and subscribe as well if you're new around here, and follow the Twitch too, as we do a lot of Duel Links streams there, a lot of things over there. And yeah, also let me know what cards you would like to see and any cards that I should have included in this list. Now, without further ado, let's get into this. So firstly, let's start with Yusei. The card I picked for him is Excel Synchro Stardust Dragon. I think this card is a great card. Its effects are fast paced, and I feel like there's nothing wrong with having it for free. It's not like a crazy Omni Negate or anything like that. I think it would be a decent free to play tech for Synchro decks, and would definitely buff Synchrons too. It's one of those cards where its effects are really good, but not crazy overpowered for it to be like a box ultra rare or super rare or whatever, right? So yeah, I think this card overall would be pretty neat to have as Yusei's level 45 reward. Next up, we have the Master of Fast, the Jack Atlas. Now for him, there's a good amount of cards for him to potentially have, but I went with Barrier Resonator. Main reason being, we need to stay humble, fellas. Konami are the biggest cowards, let's be honest. They're not always going to give the extremely wild cards for free, and with Barrier Resonator, I think it would be fine to have, as there's nothing too crazy, just a simple bit of protection for the Resonator monsters. And if this card isn't to your liking, I was also thinking maybe having Red Zone being a potential candidate, as it is a nice continuous trap to use in interactions with your opponent and can help with longevity by special summoning your banished synchro monsters. So yeah, Barrier Resonator is my pick. There's a few Red Dragon Archfiend like synchro monsters that aren't in the game yet, but I don't see them giving them to us for free. They are so powerful, so Barrier Resonator would have to be my pick. Now for Mr. Crow Hogan, the card I've picked is a Blackwing Full Arm Master. Now this card kind of is a little broken, however, off the top of my head, I don't think we've had much free-to-play cards that are unaffected by other card effects, and I wanted, you know, this to kind of be the first one. His effects overall are kind of crazy, but is not a generic synchro monster, so it can't be abused in loads of decks, which is really nice, and it can potentially be a nice buff for the Blackwing archetype, as they honestly haven't really seen much support in a while. So I feel like this would be fair. Let's say when the level cap increase does come and we still haven't had any like new stuff for Blackwings, I feel like this would be a great option for Konami to go with. I honestly think they deserve a skill too, but I guess only time will tell, right? Now onto the waifu, that is Akiza. Now there is some potential for what cards can be given to her as well, similar to Jack, and I went with Red Rose Dragon. It's a nice card to speed up Rose Dragons a little, giving a special summon and a search. I feel like after this deck was top tier, they haven't really gotten anything and haven't really seen much play. So I really hope a card like this and even more support can get added for the Rose Dragon archetype, as it was a pretty fun archetype to use. Next up is the little man Leo, and I think he needs Morphtronic Earphone for his final level up reward. It's weird we have Morphtronics, but we haven't got an actual Morphtronic synchro monster. Why? This card in general does actually look quite fun and would be a nice free to play synchro tech as well, as it can turn any monster you control into a tuner the turn it's summoned, and also it can equip itself to a synchro monster from the graveyard, which allows it to attack twice. I feel like this would be pretty fun to use in most synchro decks. It's not going to be anything too crazy, and I think this card would actually be fine to be free, and we need to give Morphtronic something, so yeah, Earphone is my pick. Now for Luna, there isn't really much to give her, as the majority of her cards are already in the game and they also just suck, honestly. I did look at the cards that are apparently in her deck, and I think Ancient Forest should be the card for her. Now I've chosen this card because it isn't that great, and there has to be a character or two, or maybe even more, that gets screwed over and the level cap increases, and unfortunately it's Miss Luna. The wiki did also say that she has Heavy Storm and Gravity Bind, but I can see Heavy Storm being given to us as like a potential gem bundle card or even a campaign card, who knows, and Gravity Bind is just super annoying. But again, that could be an option for her if Konami really wanted to go all out, but you guys let me know what you would have given her. Next up, one of my favorite 5D'S characters, Antinomy. Now with this guy, it's simple. Take Genus Hyper Librarian. We literally have everything except the majority of the new support, and maybe one card outside of Hyper Librarian that wasn't part of the new support. I really hope Konami do not give us this card as a gem bundle card. It would feel like the ultimate last level up reward for Antinomy, and I think having it as a one-of unlimited is fine. Honestly, if it ends up getting abused and becomes really broken, then they can put it to limit 1. Of all the cards on this video, this is the one I want the most, honestly, and plus having it free means I can potentially turn it into a prismatic card at the trader at some point, right fellas? And that's my favorite Tech Genius card too, so Konami, stop being cowards. Give us this card for free and his level 45 reward. Please, I'm begging you. Tetsu Trudge is next, and for him, I think Goyo Predator would be the right card. It's nothing too crazy, it's like Goyo Guardian, but the main difference is the destroyed monster you summon to your field can be in any position, but damage it inflicts is halved. I also don't feel like this card should be in a box either, so yeah, but that's just me. For Dark Santa Kalin, he's unfortunately going to have to be another victim of poor level cap rewards. But maybe to some people, this isn't poor. But we would most likely get a copy of Infernity Barrier, as you can only get one copy of it currently. So adding another is needed, and this would probably be one way to do it. Now for the next waifu on this list, Dark Sana Kali Carmine. She should get Future Visions. I'm certain all of the Fortune Fairy and Lady cards are in the game. She uses this in Legacy of the Duelist as well. I don't remember if she uses this in the anime, but it's fitting as she showed Jack Atlas a vision of the future when they dueled. So yeah, I think Future Visions is the right card for her. Next up is another favorite character of mine, the Giga Chad Rex Goodwin, the baby voice with the big muscular body, bro. There are a solid amount of cards to give this guy. The one main card I want him to have though is Greater Earthbound Line Walker. This card is okay. Its summon requirement is kind of specific, but it can search out an Earthbound Immortal and put your opponent's life points to 3,000. So if you want to reduce your opponent's life points, this card would be great, especially as recently I've been seeing a lot of people use the Light Rays skills and the Dark Rays skills, and it also helps against that stupid archive skill, Legend of the Gaylord. So give us this card, Konami, and up the Inca Dragons, baby. Now for our man, Kalin Kessler. His final reward should be this creepy little punk. I think this has to be his final level up card. Not only is he literally on the card, but the card name is a direct reference to what Lawton called him in the English dub of 5D'S. It's a good card, and Infernities need something, man. Inferni players have just had it rough and are depressed. This card can definitely help with their plays for sure, but because Konami are just absolute donkeys, they'll most likely give another copy of Infernity Barrier to him alongside Dark Santa Kalin. But I really do hope I'm wrong, and yeah, this card needs to be given. I swear, Konami just shit themselves whenever it comes to Infernity. Just give them one copy. I don't think it will break the deck. And yeah, shout out to my Infernity chads. Now Kali Carmine is next, and I'll be honest, I don't know what card she should get, as every other support card for her deck is in the game, so I think another single copy of Future Visions should be given to her. Nice and simple. Another favorite character of mine is next, and it's Primo. For him, this card is a must, and if Konami have not been sure how they should go about putting this card into the game, then this is one way of doing it. Torrential Tribute. Everyone said this card would come to the game when Real was unlockable, but realistically, I don't consider this to be her card. Primo used it in the anime, and if I'm wrong, I'm more than certain his Shadow Drones used it, meaning he supplied the card. Not only that, but the card was strategized with his deck to summon out his Mechlord Emperor, not like any other characters that may have used it in previous Yu-Gi-Oh animes where they just use it to wipe the board and that's it. He used it for his Mechlord Emperor, so please Konami, give this as a one-off, and then in the future give us a second copy through Real. I think that would be really cool, really fair. Please don't put this in a box. I think we do really need a strong generic staple as a completely free card, and this is definitely a great candidate. Next is my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh character of all time, and it is Aporia. Mechlords are only missing a handful of cards, and I was thinking of Astro Dragon Asterisk to be his final level up reward, but I thought it should be a card for the card trader or as an event card, not for his level ups. So the card I've chosen is Mechlord Astro, the Eradicator. This is a very good card for Mechlords. Now, one of the main reasons I say have one copy is Konami have cowardly made it only available to use with the Mechlord Refinement skill. So if they still think for whatever reason the card is too strong, then give us one copy we can actually use from our deck, and the second copy is optional through the skill. Plus, its second effect is also quite specific, so I don't really see any problem with this card being free. For Paradox, I've gone with Metaverse. All of his Malefic cards are in the game, and this card kind of fits the theme of his deck being heavily reliant on a field spell. I was also thinking of giving him Mound of the Bound Creator. Say that very fast multiple times. But unfortunately, that card kind of is meant for divine monsters, and to my knowledge, he doesn't really use any. And again, Paradox kind of has to fall under the category of characters getting screwed up with the level up rewards, so I guess give him Metaverse. Now for Zone, his level cap increase could go two ways. He'll either get another copy of Zaphion the Time Lord, which I think will most likely happen, or he'll be given the final Time Lord card, which is Time Lord Progenitor Vorpgate, I think that's how you say it. I want this card to be free just so Time Lords can be a very budget friendly deck, only needing to go through a mini box and his level ups. And if Vorpgate isn't a level up, I'd still want it to be given for free in some sort of way for the deck's free to play value. Now last, and certainly not least, the most recent character added to 5D'S world, Sherry. Now we pretty much have all of her cards in the game except one, Baryon de Fleur. Now you have to be absolutely crazy if you think Konami will give this card for free. It will either be a bundle limit 1 card or a selection box card. They will milk the shit out of this card. There's no way they will give it for free. However, I'm not against it being free. I'll gladly take it. I'm sure the rest of the community will gladly welcome it in open arms. She has a few cards from the anime that aren't printed, and all the other cards she used in the anime are in the game, so I guess I'll have to go with an anime card that isn't printed. And for this one, I just hope she gets Floor Guard, which selects one face-up monster you control and it makes it indestructible by battle for that turn. And I guess it's an okay free to plant that can go into literally any deck. But I guess for Sherry, you guys let me know what you would want for her, because I genuinely don't know what card to give her. And that is it for the list of level cap rewards. If you enjoyed, be sure to hit that like button and also comment down below what cards you would have given and which cards you agree and disagree with. Obviously don't be an asshole about it, but yeah, if this video hits 40 likes, I'll make another spin-off video being a part 2 to the top 5 characters I want in Duel Links. So please come through with your support on this video, share it around, and let's hope Konami or someone with influence can see this video. But yeah, that's it from me. I love you all, stay safe, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.